Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So we finally have some Wonder Woman related news. Now, actually, WW84 had been finished for quite some time as far as the filming goes. They actually announced that they were done filming and had wrapped it up, but we just got some news the other day that they are going to be doing reshoots. So that could potentially be a good thing, but it could also be a very bad thing. In the past, it's generally not been a good thing when Warner Brothers does reshoots. We saw that with Suicide Squad, where you kind of get glimpses of what the original movie probably was like before it was recut and reshot over and over to the point where we had just a muddled mess. So I'm hoping that these are just some minor kind of like pickup shoots, or they wanted to add maybe something at the end, since it is almost, well, it's just under a year until the movie actually comes out. It's going to be June 5th, 2020. So they definitely have time to fiddle around and tinker with the movie, but it's also been done for quite a while. In fact, it was done well before Shazam even started filming, so they've just been holding this movie in their back pocket waiting to release it. That kind of worries me though, because if it's already a completed project and it's fine and finished, that I hope they aren't tinkering with it too much and, spoiling it, because it's got the same director. It's Patty Jenkins. She did the first movie, and that was filmed and put out pretty quickly. Prior to that, Wonder Woman wasn't really given the sort of fanfare she is now, whereas she's definitely one of DC's biggest properties. So I'm really hoping there isn't going to be too much studio interference. And the way we know about this is Wonder Woman News, so that's Wonder Woman 84 HQ on Twitter, put out a tweet, and it said Wonder Woman 1984 is currently doing reshoots in Warner Brothers Studios in London. So that's kind of interesting. It's in a studio, so it's not like when she was running around, and it was in the US. I think it was in Washington DC. So, it's all indoors, so there's no way to know what they were doing reshoots for. It could literally be anything. But it was confirmed, though, that Gal Gadot and Chris Pine were both involved. So it's hard to know exactly what they were doing, but it sounds, it was probably something fairly substantial. Now, another thing that's interesting about Chris Pine being in this movie is, of course, he played Steve Trevor in the last one, and he died. So the only way I can think of that he would still be around is that she is having memories of him, or it's like his Force ghost, but she's kind of probably not exactly talking to him, but although they might do that, but it's like her memories of him. I think she's still getting over him, because we saw that in BVS. So if this movie is taking place in the 80s, that's a good while before BVS takes place. I mean, that's the only way they could have him in there. Originally, I thought that he was maybe going to be playing like his grandson or something like that, but he's confirmed to be playing Steve Trevor again. So my thinking is the only way he could possibly do that is if he's in her memories. So that's pretty cool, though. I do like the relationship that they have, and I think they developed it really well in the first movie. Another thing that's kind of cool about this is we know the villain, or at least one of the villains, is going to be Cheetah. So Kristen Wiig is going to be playing Cheetah. Now, the thing that kind of trips me out is in the first movie, she fights Ares, right? Like, pretty much the top tier Wonder Woman villain. But in the next movie, she's fighting Cheetah, who's no slouch, but it's kind of like more of her day-to-day villain. Like, she fights Cheetah all the time. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be more than one villain in this. And I've heard a rumor that Silver Swan is going to be in this. I did a biography video on Silver Swan a while ago, and some people have been commenting on it and saying that Silver Swan is going to be in this movie as well as Cheetah. So that would kind of make more sense to me, especially if this is the 1980s. Wonder Woman's been around for a while. She's pretty tough. I don't think just Cheetah is going to be able to take her down by herself. So expect there to be multiple villains. So there's some other things. Plus, too, if you haven't seen, there's the promotional image they put out not too long ago with Gal Gadot. Now, she's wearing this kind of golden armor, and this is completely different from what we saw her wear in Wonder Woman and in BVS and Justice League. So I'm not sure why in the 80s she kind of wore a completely different outfit. We'll see if she actually wears it in the movie, or if it's just on the poster, or if she wears it in the movie to a limited extent, which is my theory. I kind of think they're trying to model it off of her Golden Eagle armor, which you do see in the comics sometimes, but it's not nearly as warrior-like. It almost looks like she's wearing an Atlantean, one of Aquaman's people. She looks like she's wearing their armor. So, kind of interesting, but I hope she doesn't wear it the entire time. I definitely prefer the more classic look on the heroes, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. I prefer them all to look not necessarily Golden Age, but at least as close to that as possible. I think the outfit she had in Wonder Woman was perfectly fine. And I'm really glad that they got, Gal Gadot to reprise the role and the same director and everything. I'm encouraged by it. I honestly think Joker and WW84 are probably the two better movies that we have coming up from DC that we can kind of look forward to. I'm not really looking forward to Birds of Prey. It might be alright, but so far the way they've changed Harley Quinn so much, and it's just like, man, I should have kept her Suicide Squad look. But I think that's all the news right now. Basically, they're doing reshoots on WW84, and that kind of makes me nervous. The movie's finished, they should probably just leave it alone. So let's hope the studio doesn't muck up the movie like they did with Suicide Squad and leave Patty Jenkinson's vision alone. But that's all for now. Let me know down below which of the 20 plus DC movies that are in development are you looking forward to, or have you got movie fatigue? Alright, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications, be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.
End of line.